Well, actually, Lynn, I did not find a New York number on all those numbers.
Ah,
It's I found a Maryland one. I recognize 301 as Maryland, so here I am from Maryland. But I don't know if there's a typo in there because there's a 312 instead of a 212, which I don't know if that. But I didn't even try it. I just went to Maryland.
yeah, there are like 10 different phone numbers you could try to
Yeah.
for Zoom. It's not easy.
Go ahead, Nancy. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, while we're waiting, I had another question. When I Zoom on my cell phone, and like when you play a video, Lynn, I'm able to see that. But for instance, when I do the choir Zoom and they play a video of the whole choir singing, it doesn't work. Is there a reason? Is it my computer too slow, my internet too slow, or do you know why?
So you're watching it both on your phone both times, but only mine is working and theirs is not?
Yeah, don't grin so. Yeah, the one that doesn't work on theirs is like when they have a video of the whole choir singing. It was probably from a live stream or something, and then they play it, and I see it, and every once in a while Bob's hand moves, and every once in a while I hear, "Rah!" But I never hear the song or anything on those. And the same way with the Sunday Invictus study, whatever it was, the Philippians thing. That video didn't come through very well at all. It was sort of sketchy. I could hear him sort of, but it was really hard to listen to. So I don't know. But yours have always been fine. You know, all the ones you've played for us, I've been able to get well. So I don't know what the difference is.
I have two theories. My first theory is, I don't know, I'm guessing Ed, who's watching TV? Is that you, Connie? Yes. My first guess is somebody's unmuted that's making noise in the background and that's going over top of the video. I don't know if that's the case. And so you hear rustling, you hear people talking or cuckoo clocks or whatever over top of that. Maybe the host needs to go in and mute people and they don't know how to do that. I'm guessing with the choir, that's a hard issue to organize. The other thought is their volumes. I turn my volume up all the way so that it's loud. I don't know if that's part of it too. If it's a buffering issue, if it keeps like spinning, the spinning wheel, that would be
that would be what?
Your internet would be on there.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably that. I have a feeling, but anyway. So it's probably good because if they ever do show us the virtual choir, I don't need to see myself.
Yeah. That virtual choir will be in worship one day, so you can watch that.
That's true. Okay.
But the NT Wright study is recorded. I have a link. I can send it to you. You can test it and see if you have issues on the playback with that video. And see if you do. That's another thing.
Yeah, well, it's over now anyway, so I'm not. I mean, I watched it twice, and I it was so hard to try to understand him that it just wasn't good. But I have a feeling I have slow internet. I'm pretty sure that's maybe the problem for all of it.
Yeah. And different time of day affects your internet based on what your neighbors are doing. Even though you don't have the same internet, it all goes to that box, goes to that internet box thingy out in the street, which the whole street is using. So
you mentioned that. My husband's been complaining that when we sit down to watch TV at night, like 7 or 7:30, if we're getting something off our laptop and watching it on TV, that happens. And he's been suspecting that was the reason. Is that
Yeah.
everyone's watching TV at the same time? So thanks.
Yep. It's a theory. You can I know I recently got Verizon to update my speeds for half the cost because it was advertised on their website at a lower cost. You might want to check and see if there's any marketing deals and go to either Comcast or Verizon and say, this is my internet speed is X. You can do a speed check. I don't know if you've ever done a speed test.
Yeah, okay.
But anything below 100 is sluggish anymore.
Lynn,
Okay.
Yes.
speaking of speed check, how do you do that?
So there are a bunch of websites that I can show you. My first is just speedtest.net is the one I tend to use. But there's a bunch. And sometimes I do several of them to see if it's the same across a couple different ones. So if you click on go, it's going to run a test for you.
Oh, look at you.
And I'm paying for 200 over 200. So it's a little slower than I'm supposedly paying for. But that number is supposed to be if you're connected through Ethernet. It's not necessarily guaranteed for Wi-Fi. So depending on where you are with your router and Wi-Fi and what you're doing on your computer, because if you're doing videos like right now, it's going to slow things down because you're using a lot of internet to maintain a good quality of internet for you to interact with people, if that makes sense.
So should the speed be, the higher the number, the faster it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I think the starting for most people now is 100 over 100, which is like basic. It's fine. I was actually, until I saw on Verizon's website, I was paying for 50 over 50. So, and I'm now getting 200 for $15 less a month.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, check into it. The download means that's how fast it is to download things from the internet. So if you're downloading a document or a video or anything from anyone, that's what that is. Upload is sending things up to the internet. So if you're loading a photo to Facebook or video to YouTube, that kind of thing is upload speed, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But if you just Google speed test, you're going to get a bunch of speed tests. This is another one that I've used before. GLS, our church organizes, does a, this is the website they recommend for a speed test. Over the summer, when we host the GLS in Spelman, I have to do speed tests almost weekly and let them know what our speeds are at the church because they want to make sure we have good quality for their event. So you can tell it's a little bit slower on this version of the websites or this website. So it kind of gives you a middle ground of, you know, you can get a median somewhere in between these speeds. But questions on speed tests? No? Good.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. What else can we?
Lynn,
Yeah.
are you recording this class today?
I am.
great, because I have to leave about 5 minutes earlier.
Okay. Well, we're glad to have you for a little bit. And for
Yeah.
the people that had trouble getting on because I sent the wrong info, I apologize.
So it wasn't just me and my
No,
tech problems all the
Right.
I think everybody but Marty and Connie and Karen texted me. Oh, Carolyn, you figured it out too. Yeah, but I got calls from several of you. Where is it?
Well, Lynn, that brings up the question then, because you had sent us all the dates, and obviously when I went on, the date was for last week. But will it automatically, if we keep using that same page, how does that work? That it's
Yeah,
you set
so
them up for a whole bunch of.
that link.
Go ahead.
That link that you used today, or that meeting ID code, it gives you, you can click a link and it opens up Zoom for you, or you can put a meeting ID number. And that meeting ID number is going to be exactly the same each time. And that link every time now will work. So.
Well, what I got is that, it said mine was for meeting of July 16th. So it was like last week. Is that,
yeah, that was the info I sent yesterday, which was the wrong info.
But are you still having to send it every week then, but we just go to, or do we go to that same? Okay.
No, going forward, you shouldn't have to, but I know some people need that reminder. They'll lose that number or that link. So if they don't get it weekly, it's going to be an issue for them. So I try to do that. Connie, we need to unmute you.
I was going to say that where I got it this morning was just to go back to this morning's Westminster Presbyterian morning thingy, and the link was right there, the correct link. So,
but that was to register, right?
Yeah, I just re-registered. That took 10 seconds, and then
came up.
Oh well, but I did that too. I re-registered, but then it threw me back to July 16th when I.
Oh really? So. That's weird.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It threw me right on top.
Yeah.
I have to go back to that email that you sent out, I don't know, a week ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, a good thing to do with all these Zoom meetings everybody's having, where they send out an email a week or two ahead of time, I flag them because they get lost in all as I get new emails. So I've been flagging them because I have to go back and find them, because a lot of people don't send, like you do, Lynn, a lot of people don't send you another email right before the meeting. You have to go back and find it. So
another suggestion for any of you who use a computer calendar-based program like Outlook or Google Calendar, or like your phone's calendar, is you can put that in the notes of the meeting. Like you block out, okay, this is my hour with Lynn every week, and you could put in that number each week, so it's there when you look at your calendar, or you could click on the link if you open it up on your computer. Does that make sense?
No, not at all. I've been getting, it tells me that. I get it, and it says you can put it on your calendar. I'm like, what calendar? Where is it? Do I have one? And, you know, what is this thing? It's in the sky somewhere, but apparently I have one.
So I'll show you Lynn's world. So I use a couple different calendars, but they all sync together. One of them is
oh my gosh,
July, August, or this is a Google Calendar.
So I have this someplace on my computer. I just don't know how to find it.
Yeah, so calendar.google.com is a one for Google. So if you have an Android phone, I think the default calendar for you is
got this thing going on our
computer calendar. So what I do for stuff is I create an event, like here's my tech time for today. And if you go in the nope, this is a bad example, excuse me. So we have a Zoom staff meeting every week with the church staff. And here's my Zoom information. So when Dawn sent this out to us, you know, in March, I just threw it in the notes and made it happen every single week so that that can happen. So I can, you know, test event, and you can say, let me move this guy. It's going to be 12 to 1:30 every day, and it repeats weekly. And then you can put in that information down here and it will save. And then every week then it will go be there every week. So that's one of the calendars. Another of the calendars that you could do is iCalendar, which is the this is the default calendar for your phone. So if you have an iPhone, this is your default calendar.
Oh.
So let's get rid of some of this stuff so that you have less stuff to see. Okay, there we go. So, and same thing, you create an event. Let me move you guys out of the way. Testing, and you can, and this has suggested info already from another event I did.
Oh, there's New York. Okay, 9:29. Okay.
Yeah. So there you go. And so those are two examples of computer calendars. There's Outlook calendars. There's all kinds of.
So I go to google.com and then my calendar pops up.
If you have a Gmail account, you are provided with a free calendar.
It's telling me that I can click, like your events, I can click something and it'll go to that calendar somewhere if I choose to click it and save it to that calendar. Right?
Yeah. So
and so then how do I find that calendar?
So the Google one is calendar.google.com.
So that's what I go to, calendar.google.com.
Yes. And Zoom integrates with Google Calendar. So anytime somebody creates a Zoom meeting, it will import into Google Calendar if you use Google Calendar. The other auto one it does is iCalendar, which is the calendar for iPhones. So you could use either of those. And I think there's a third one. Is it Outlook? I don't know.
Lynn?
Yes.
Okay, if I click on calendar on my phone or calendar on my iPad, is that coming up as iCalendar automatically?
Yeah.
So how do you get to
the
Google?
official word, what they call it.
That's not the calendar.google.com.
No. You can download Google Calendar onto your phone. I've downloaded Google's Calendar onto my phone.
So it's an app that I can download.
You can, yeah, it's a download app for your phone.
Yes.
But it's hard to maintain two calendars. So I pick one over the, don't try to use both because
No, but I like the way that you've been able to colorize different things, and you can't do that on the iCalendar. I mean, it does it slightly for you.
It's harder. What I like about, let me pull up my phone. What I like about the Google Calendar app on the phone is it adds pretty pictures. I'm such a nerd. I'm a visual person.
Me too.
Okay, so Google Calendar is the second row it's that farthest one on the right, which has a 31.
Right.
So if you click that, this is a month view, but you can go to a daily view and you can see, oh, that's interesting. You can see what's happening in the day, but you can also, I like the schedule view because it's nice and pretty, but then if it's something interesting, it will have like a little, you know, bigger thing like food, dinners and things. It will put, you know, movie theaters, things like that. So this purple calendar is a shared family calendar. My mom, when I was little, created a note card. Every day had a note card on it with the date. And so anytime something happened of significance, like somebody lost their first tooth or first day of school or something, she wrote down it happened on that day. So that's what that purple calendar is. If you're wondering, those years.
Oh, how cute.
So it's something I recommend to all my friends getting married when they, you know, start life together. But that's what that is. But anyway, I think it's more visually interesting than the Google than the phone calendar or the default. Yours is probably, I have mine on dark mode because it's better for your eyes, but same thing. But yeah, yes. So questions? Am I over your heads yet?
I do have a question. I don't know if you want to cover that.
Yeah.
What is the difference between a podcast and a blog? And how to do a podcast? What is the purpose of a podcast and where to post it?
Yeah. So podcast is basically a radio hour. It's an audio recording over the internet. I wonder what the official definition is. But I think of it as FM radio, where it's just people talking for half an hour or an hour. Okay, here, the official definition is a digital audio file made available on the internet for downloading to a computer or mobile device. So typically available as a series, new installments, or one received by subscribers automatically. So NPR does a lot of podcasts. One I was telling Betty Ann about this week was the one I enjoy is West Wing Weekly, which is one that follows the TV show West Wing, which is one of my favorite shows. But there's some great ones on race that were recommended on the 21-day equity challenge. But it's just basically something you can listen to. You can listen to them on apps on your phone. There's a default podcast app, but there's also something called Spotify and Pandora and Google Music and Amazon Music, where you can listen to them for free. Most all of them are free programs. You can, a lot of times they ask you to donate to their, help fund them. But that's what a podcast is.
Are they also on YouTube?
Yes. Those are more vlogs though. Vlog, which is VLOG, are video like journals. People just sit down and talk about their life over a camera. So it's like a video journal. A blog is a written journal. So it's written based. And it's just articles that people do. It typically is people's lives, or they discuss a theme, like here's a mothering blog and it's tips for moms, or, you know, travel blog and it's different places you go to and things like that. But there are some more journal blogs as well, that in the 90s, they were like the early beginnings of online reporting, newspapers and things like that. So blog is written, vlog is video, and podcast is audio. Does that make sense?
Okay, podcast is audio and blog is written. And
Yes.
what is the other one that you said?
Vlog, V-L-O-G. Blog is B-L-O-G. Vlog is just change the B.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, and now you can do a podcast yourself, right? Just it doesn't have to.
I know Pastor John did a blog or a podcast for a while before I came to Westminster. But it helps if you have a microphone, a nice microphone that you can use, and then you need to send that out to folks. So a lot of people use, create a website for their podcast and post things. There's something called SoundCloud, which is another company where you can store all your audio files and watch and do it that way too. We did that for our journey classes for a while. So yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I just got a new iPhone, which I really didn't want, but my husband made me do it. I don't like new technology because I have to learn new things. Anyway, so on top of that, he's making me get a new computer. I mean, like, no, please, no. So I've got a new computer coming in. I don't want that. I don't like new things. I like to keep my cars for 20 years. Don't give me a new car. New stuff. I don't want to learn. Anyway, so I wanted to put the 1Password and the Norton on my old computer, which I love. But he's saying, let's not do it now. Let's wait until he had to order the new one. Let's wait until we get the new one, then put the Norton and the 1Password on that, transfer information, then put the Norton and the 1Password on that. I kind of wanted to go ahead and do it and put it on my old one. And also transferring information from an old computer to a new computer. I have questions about that. But if I did put the 1Password and the Norton on my old computer, would it transfer to my new computer?
I think you would still need to download. I'm trying to remember because I haven't done that in such a long time. I usually don't bring a whole backup. I just move files from backups and re-download things because I'm paranoid I have a malware on my computer. But I think theoretically, Norton and everything should just move over. But you probably have to relicense it, put your registration code, and set it up again that way. Does that make sense? Like it's registering a new computer.
Sense. Just to
But it should bring over all your Microsoft stuff. It should bring over all of your apps or software on your computer.
And another thing that happened one time is years ago when we transferred my photographs from another computer to this computer, it messed them all up. I had them in categories and it just messed them all up. And I don't know why it did that, but it did that. Now I have to do it again. Transfer these photographs from this computer to the new computer. And my question is, why would it mess them up? In other words, I found I had categories, let's just say summer of 2008. Well, I found photographs in there from 1999 in the summer of 2008. Things were.
So did you just have them stored in folders in your computer, or did you have them stored through like an app or software on your computer? Folders. Then I have no idea why I did that.
I had them in folders. I had made the folders and dragged them in and done all that work. And when we actually took both computers down to Springboard. Remember Springboard when it was open in Exton?
I love Springboard. Yeah.
And they switched it over for me. But when I got the new computer, this computer at the time, the photographs were all in a different format even, and confused. And
so Springboard's the one that took everything from one computer to the other?
Yeah.
And something funky happened? Yeah, that makes no sense to me, because I would think they would know what they're doing.
Yeah, I didn't take it back to them.
Yeah.
Just lived with it.
Yeah, it sounds like some gremlins got in there and did stuff that wasn't supposed to happen. And I can't say without having been there what might have gone wrong, unless the backup, something went funky, but that makes no sense to me. They should have just copied and pasted. But
okay. Well, with the new one, we're just going to, I don't know how I don't know how you transfer the information. My husband he works with technology a lot, and so he'll know how to do that. But I'm going to have to learn how to drag photographs out of categories back into their original category. It's going to take hours. I mean.
So if you're going to Springboard, does that mean you have a Mac then?
Yeah. Yeah.
So my one thought is, a few years ago, Apple stopped working with iPhotos. They changed everything from iPhoto just to a Photos section. They changed that whole application. And I wonder if when they did that, it was around the same time you did this. And and when you brought it into a new computer that didn't have that that same app, it no longer worked on the new one because it was outdated. If that messed things up because it for whatever reason it didn't speak with the language of the old one, it's a possibility. Okay. But if you do a time machine backup on your computer, it should be fine going forward.
What is that?
Time machine?
Time machine backup?
That's what Macs use for, it's this little guy right here. It's a little Mac back clock. It's how Macs back up their computers. You can see it's backing up mine right now. It's 226 gigabytes of 251 gigabytes. But if you go to your settings, there's something here called Time Machine. And if you click that, it's going to tell you, it's going to ask you to select an external hard drive. and you'd select whichever hard drive you would like it to back up to, and then then you'll say back up, and it will back it up. You can see it's backing mine up currently for the day. So.
Okay.
So go to your settings and search for time machine and look at this icon. But you should be able to, if you do a time machine backup, bring everything back the way it was through the Photos app.
Okay. Yeah.
Where's Photos? Photos, this guy here.
Yeah.
That's new.
That's exactly what I have on my computer. It looks just like that.
Yep. So my guess is when they switched to this from the old one, it messed things up, but I could be wrong. That's a theory.
Okay.
It's just a theory without having seen it, done it. But yeah. But that is how you back up a Mac.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Yes, Betty.
So we always have deer coming in the backyard and they're getting friendlier and friendlier. And now we have two little fawns that come through. So I want to send pictures. I might have sent one to you this morning. I'm not sure. But when I take the picture from my deck, it looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I can, with my fingers, make it look much closer.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like this.
Right.
I go to send it, and I send it to people, and when I look on my computer later and see what I sent them, it comes up like the first one,
Mm-hmm.
far away, which, you know, they can enlarge that. But why can't, I mean, I just thought once I enlarged it and hit the send
Mm-hmm.
icon, or share, or whatever that is,
Mm-hmm.
that it would stay the same size. Maybe
If
I'm
you're just-
expecting too much.
Yeah. If you're just zooming in on your phone, you're not
Yes.
actually making it bigger. You have to edit the photo.
Yeah,
there an
edit
edit?
and make a new one. Yeah.
Yeah. So there should be an edit icon or something like that. You've got an Android, so I can't.
Yeah.
But
Look
if you
at the
click
three
on
little
it,
dots.
there should be like a icon for editing.
Like the little pencil, which is not there.
Yes, the pencil would be right.
There.
And there should be something called crop, which has like little square icon.
Oh, like this? I don't know if you, on the bottom?
Possibly. Not the very bottom, but maybe the second one in on that row of 4, maybe.
Right.
Possibly.
Oops.
Nope.
Let me come back.
It's got a weird glare. I apologize.
Little track phone, but I'm like Marty, I don't want real new complicated things. This is what I can handle. Oh, that's a different picture, but let's see.
It explodes my brain.
Yes, it hurts. Okay. Let's see.
Photo.
So let's see. There's like a little dot with a frame around it. I'll try.
That might be it. How to edit images for Androids for dummies. Yes.
Oh, I see a crop icon.
Yes, the crop would be it.
Okay.
And it should just put a frame over this. You might need to frame it in just so you see the fawn.
No.
And then you have to save it.
Oh, I tried to enlarge it first and it got all blurry.
Yeah, if you do it, because the quality, so when you take a photo, it's done in pixels. And when you zoom in, you lose pixels because the pixels get smaller, and that's why it gets like more pixelated. When you do crop things really close, it's annoying.
Well, I just did it on mine, and I was able to enlarge it and keep it that way. But it's interesting. I guess you can't make it smaller. If you wanted to make it distant, you can't do that. You can only enlarge it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Well, I only want to send it larger, so.
I can, with
I'll
that.
have to play with it because now it's looking funny. It's got extra things on the bottom. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so I found this website. I don't know if it's current or not, but it looks like when you edit, there should be this crop rotation thingy. I don't know. And then hit a check mark when you're done. I don't know. I wonder if my brother's.
So if I go to YouTube and ask about editing pictures to send on an Android phone, would that?
Yeah, crop photos on Android or.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry, I don't know Android well, or have an Android phone on me.
Marty, are you getting an iMac?
I'm getting an Apple. Yeah.
27
Laptop,
inch?
or is it a desktop?
It's just a desktop.
Is it 27 inch or 21 and a half?
I don't know.
Ah,
You expect me to know that? I
because
don't
no,
know.
I'm going through the same thing. I'm going to go from a PC to the iMac, and I am tossing between the 21 and a half or 27 inch.
And that's the diagonal measurement.
Yes.
I'm getting the same size that I have now. And I don't know what it is. It's like, I think it's like 19. Does that make any sense?
I think you have a laptop, Marty.
Oh, okay.
You can carry it around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a MacBook laptop.
I think the diagonal is 19.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
17 is 19 is typical.
And I'm getting the same size because this is sufficient. I don't need anything any bigger than that. I can see everything well.
Yeah.
I just enlarged a photograph. I'm so proud of myself. I'll show it to you. This is can you see that? A picture of some flowers. Okay, that's flowers from my garden. And I enlarged another one, and it's just a close-up. It's closer.
Wow.
And I did that with that little edit icon at the bottom. I just learned something.
Well done.
And
So proud.
yay!
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know I could do that.
Now you do.
Yeah.
Now you're going to be setting all kinds of cropped, edited photos,
Now I know.
filters, and all kinds of stuff. Yes. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I know we're getting close to 11, so I don't want to keep you if you have to run off. But
Well, can I need to, never mind. I'll ask you another time. It's getting close to 11.
I'm around if you want to.
I'll text you.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else? No? Yes. You're wizards now, right? You know everything.
Well, I got mine framed.
Oh, there you go. There
Yeah,
you go.
but now I don't know what to do next. I tried touching it. I don't know how to
Is
send
there,
it.
what's that little, is that an Xbox? Over, oh, that's an X. Yeah. Let me call my
It faces-
brother. My brother's my answer to everything Android related.
Isn't he sitting there waiting for your call?
Yeah. He's not picking up. Hey boy, it's Lynn. I have a quick Android related question about cropping photos. So if you get this in the next 5 minutes, let me know. But if not, don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later. Love you. Bye. Okay. We'll see. Yeah, there should be like a check mark or okay or something, but I just see an X, which makes me
No, there's only an X, and if I X, it just goes back to the picture.
where it was.
Where it says select part of the picture. When
What's
I bring
the
that
one
up,
box?
it's just other pictures.
Oh, so it's, oh, interesting.
That.
And what are the three buttons at the bottom of the phone? One's back out of the app, one's
Back,
home.
this goes back a page. I'm sorry, this goes back a page. This one gets out of my photos. And the square is just, if I've been on my phone for a while and there's a lot of emails I've already seen, that just kind of clears everything.
There's a icon at the very top left of the screen. What's at the top left? Oh, that's an X there. So there's, oh, hit the three dots on the left hand, on the right hand side. See what that
Looked
is.
at that before. It says send feedback, privacy policy in terms of service.
Oh, that's stupid.
I
don't
know.
get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Huh. Google.
And I'm touching it. I can
Google.
move this
Oh, here we
around.
go. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, sorry, Mr. Call.
So you're on the phone with my, I do a tech time every week, and we have an Android related question. So we have a lady who's trying to crop a photo in Android, Google Photos, I'm guessing, but when she gets it framed up, we only see X's, that not like a way to accept that's the crop that you want.
Right. So I can send it.
How do you crop a photo in Google Photos, I'm guessing?
I mean, if you hit the X, does it save it, or does
It sends her back to what it was.
All right, I'm gonna try it. I'm in my Google Photos right now.
Okay. Sorry to pester you while you're working.
All good.
Can you guys hear him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm in the Google Photos app, there's a crop option, and when I crop it, there's the only two buttons I see on mine. There's a reset button and a done button, and when I hit the done button, it says whatever cropping.
Does it say the word done on it?
Yeah, bottom right of my screen, there's a button that says done.
No, it doesn't say that for her. Hers says something
Yeah,
about Google Lens. Do you know what Google Lens is? Is that another app?
Yeah, I mean, Google Lens, I believe, is a search tool where you can take a photo of something and it'll do the Google search based on the photo.
Oh. So does that save to your camera roll? It's not an actual.
That's what I think it's doing.
I don't know. On my phone, it's when I try to do the crop, its idea of crop is just making it smaller. I want to crop out, the left side or the right side or something, and I haven't found a way to do that on my phone. I've had to put it on my computer and do it in another app. So I don't know I was interested to see if you did have a way that you could, because resizing and cropping to me are two different things. You know, I want to change. I want to make it closer. I want to cut off all the stuff around it that I don't want, and then, you know, that's what I call cropping, but that's not what they call cropping, I guess.
Google. So she might not be in the Google Photos section.
Oh,
I don't know. Betty, can you hold up your phone again to the screen?
yeah. I just made the crop thing smaller so that when the picture's full size, it will show the deer closer.
Okay. Yeah, it says something about Google Lens at the top. Yeah. Okay, boy.
All right. Thanks anyway. I'll go
I
on
think that's,
YouTube.
Helpful. It doesn't look like
Thanks.
it's. Anyway.
Yeah, Betty, and what you have highlighted there, that is what you want. That's
Okay.
what you, if you could just hit OK, you know, that would do it. But yeah.
Okay.
YouTube this evening.
Sadly, no.
Okay. Thanks, boy.
Yeah, I don't know if I covered it all, but I will just say that I use the Google Photos app for storage. Also, like it had a crop option in there. I did just do a search on Google Lens, and that is what I suspected, where it's a image recognition technology. So that might not be as robust
Yeah.
as the photo management.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
I guess I will see you tonight.
Okay. See you then. Bye. Yeah. So what's the app you open for that? Is it Google Lens or is it Google Photos?
I didn't go to app. Hold on.
How'd you
That's
take the photo?
I'll figure it out. I don't want to hold everybody up.
We're
I
curious.
just, it's on my camera. It's an option after
Oh,
you know,
after the camera?
photos you've taken. So I'll show you. So if I just hold now, it's just going to show you the screen, right? But down here, see there's a picture?
Yes.
That's pictures of the deer. So I hit that. That's one of the other ones.
Oh, and here it doesn't say Google Lens. So when you hit the three dots, what happens to the three dots there?
Well, now it's dropping down to some information, which I haven't.
Add to album other. No. Okay.
No, it's just
phone up one more time for me.
okay. So if I go up, that's what I get. Whoop.
Okay. Well, just leave
Never
it.
mind.
But I want to figure it out.
I know. Me too. I'll be working on this all day.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. And sometimes when I touch it, it goes down out of the screen. And I think, oh no, it's gone forever. But it's still there. I just have to find it again. And there it is. So
I wish you could plug it in and show me the way that I show you guys my phone.
Someday.
I have oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Are you, Betty Ann, are you done with your?
Yeah, I'm through. We can move on or say goodbye, whatever you want to do. I'm done.
Well, I just one quick question for next time. When you're on the phone, you're in traveling and you've got your phone on GPS, you know, and you're traveling and you're at like I've been in Wilmington at a strategic spot where I'm trying to find my way around, trying to follow what the woman is telling me to do. And somebody calls and that wipes out my GPS screen. And I, you know, it's my sister calling. I see her name and I'm like, you know, how do you is there a way to, we'll do this next time. We don't have to do that. is there a way to override that phone call and get back the screen, the map, so I can see where I'm supposed to be turning? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. You have one of the new ones that have the monitor, right? The computer on your like computer, or you've got on your car dashboard, you've got like a computer that has the
I'm not,
GPS.
I do have a car that does that, but I don't use it. I use my iPhone because it's a better.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you want like a do not disturb
I don't want
on your phone.
I don't want someone calling when I'm at a really difficult spot, needing that information, and then because it blacks out the whole screen. And so anyway, we don't need to talk about that this time. Maybe that's a question. If other people are interested in that, that might be that's next Thursday would be good.
Sounds good. I can show you my gut reaction off the top of my head that I think would make life easier. You've got an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
I would turn on, nope, that's not what I wanted. I would turn on do not disturb. So do not disturb is an option. Oops. Is
that on settings?
So if you have, do you have a home button or you Face ID?
I have Face ID.
Okay, so on the top right-hand corner, you can scroll down and you get this screen.
Okay, hold on.
It might look a little different with different options, but right-hand corner, if you swipe down.
The top right-hand corner?
Yeah, like where the clock is.
Oh. Yeah, it happened.
So this button here underneath, you see the green thing that's highlighted? That's cell service. Underneath that is Bluetooth. And under that is a little moon. If you click that, that is do not disturb. And that's going to mean that you're not going to get notified if anyone texts or calls you. So you could turn that on when you go driving. You just want to make sure you turn it off.
Okay.
When you're done. This little airplane up in the corner is airplane mode for if you go traveling anytime. Real quick to do that. But I set my do not disturb actually in the evenings. So when I go to bed at like, from like 11 o'clock till like 6 a.m., it won't notify me if somebody calls. So.
Okay.
Does that send a message to the caller that you're in do not disturb mode?
I don't think it does.
My daughter has a neat one when she's driving. If I try to call her or even text her, I get a thing that's saying I'm in driver do not disturb mode. I'll get your message as soon as I get out of the car or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's set up through the phone or through the car. Her car has that feature.
No, she doesn't have a car GPS. She's just got her own phone, so it's got to be through her iPhone somehow.
Does she have an iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So I don't know. I don't know how she does it, but it's and it actually has another one that's.
Her car doesn't have the computer.
No, her car is pretty old.
No. I thought it was just the smart cars. My car is still dumb, so
yeah.
It doesn't have that. So I figured I couldn't get those notifications, but I'll look into that if it's an option. We can talk about that.
I mean, maybe it's probably an extra option to send a message to the person, because I also get one that's saying, my calls are blocked, but if you are really, if this is urgent, because she has a special needs son, it'll, put it through, or tells you what to do if it's urgent. So.
Yeah. Cool.
That's good. You mean if it's an urgent call, then she can somehow notify you, Nancy. Is that what it does?
When she's driving, I get two messages. One is that I'm in do not I'm in driving, so it's do not disturb mode. And when I get to my destination, I will see your message because she doesn't see my message. And so, and the other one though is, I also, it's a separate message. It says if this is an urgent call, and it tells you what to do. I don't remember what it is because she never thinks my calls are urgent, so I'm not going to do it anyway. But
urgent call to notify her in some way.
It tells the caller what to do to get through her block.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's an urgent call. But I think that's separate from the do not disturb I'm driving one because I get them as two separate messages.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well,
of course that doesn't mean.
I would like that. I'd like to have that. I've
got
2 girls.
Right.
That I'd like to have that urgent thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
With 2 girls.
Yes. Yes. Well, I'll research that this week and we can talk about it next week.
That would be great.
Yeah. I'd like that too. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So if Nancy, you talk to her, ask her.
I will. I'll see. And actually, I could probably, if I get one as a text, I can probably even text it to you so you see what it is. But that doesn't tell you how to do it. Okay. I'll ask her. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Well, it was good to see you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wasn't very exciting today. I don't think we answered a whole lot. Oh, well.
Oh yeah, we did. We figured out how to get in.
Yeah. I set up my calendar.
And I have a laptop. I didn't know it.
Hey.
And you didn't have to look at me.